More blossoms on this tree here. Only on the, seem like the right side of it, from the back. And it never seems to produce any berries because it needs a pollinator. For years it had blossomed, it's blossoming more each year, but never any fruit. Tortellini. Over here, you can see all the manure at the base of it. I want this to jump out of the ground, and it's doing that. This is the kiwi plant. And the early part of the year, just jumping out of the ground. So I love it. This is the kiwi. Beautiful. Everything on it is green. Well, folks, this is the last day in Maryland. We're going to get temperatures down in the 30s. From here on out, we've been having a roller coaster, so it should start getting a lot warmer. I'm growing okay. I've lost some, and some haven't come up yet. Let me show you what that looks like. That is the moon and stars. Beautiful plants. Beautiful. And I can't tell some of you how to do things, but I'll try. This is a shop light. You don't need a $300, $400, $600 shop light to go in where your plants are. All you need is a regular shop light. A shop light. It's all that matters. Look at the results I'm getting. Look at the results I'm getting. Okay, so this is right in your face, so you can see what results I'm getting. These are not $600 and $700 lights. And they try to claim that you're going to need that in order to grow, because they need the money for the lights. They sell lights, and that's what they do. Or a lot of these gardens are tied in with companies, so they tell you all kind of stuff, and they know how to weave that in. Everything in here is grown on the cheap. Everything. The pots that they're in are even 50 cents a whole stack. So I get those and I grow them. I don't care. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of money. I'm not doing it because these plants grew before there was big box stores and big specialty stores that sold expensive items. This here is the plants that I'm growing. And look at them. Look at the thick stem on that plant right there. Growing in cow manure is what it's growing in. So I don't play games. I'm not going to sit up here. And everybody's selling something online. Just listen to them. Every last one of them. It's summertime, springtime coming up in certain areas. They selling stuff. And they telling you, you need this and you got to have this. And plural, excuse me. And these were seeds, just seeds from Walmart. This is, what is this called here? Swiss chard. Some seeds that I found in my container that might have been 2-3 years old. I just threw them in there and put some of that EM1 on it. And again, I'm not selling EM1. I just tell you, you can make the stuff. It's cheaper than buying it. But if you buy it, if you decide to buy it, just go online and say EM1. And that's how you do that. I don't have no ties with that company. Let's see. And I didn't buy EM1 because I know it's if you go look it up and look at the ingredients that's in it, you'll say, oh my God, I paid $28 for this, and I could make this myself. That's what you're gonna say to yourself. You want to kick yourself. Now this here is asparagus when it's very young. Took a long time for this to come out. I think this is called a Jersey Giant, and that's why I wanted it so bad. Jersey Giant. I have 3 containers like this growing. I have a ton of this stuff everywhere. Let's see. There's some back there. I think you can see it. So I don't play games. I just don't. This is going to be beautiful food growing. These are all peppers right here. Some of these plants are 15 inches tall. Back here. Look at this right here. That was a seed I brought in here, $1 and something a while back. It's 3 plants in that pot. When I put it in the ground, I'm gonna baby it and feed it and take care of it as though it's a king or a queen. And that's what you do. You don't want your plants stressing out over nothing. Soil, water, food. You don't have your plants stressing, and they'll grow pretty nice, healthy vegetables or fruit. You make sure your plants have what they need. Don't play games with this. And one thing you know they always need is animal manure. Whatever kind of animal manure you get it, put it in the ground, or put it around it. It ain't got to be all pretty. Just put enough there so the plant has something to eat. Don't have no plants out there hungry. These are watermelon plants. I grew so many watermelons plants this year because I want to make certain that I have success. I'm not going to grow 1 and 2 seeds like some of these packets on tell you put 3 in a hill. I put 6 in a hill. And then when they grow up big enough, I look and say, okay, now I can thin. Because I think these will make it. Look at that. Long cucumbers from China. Long cucumbers right there from China. I want to see how they do. That's what made me get them, because I saw them and said, oh man, I want to try these. Always try something new each year to keep you excited. All right, this is the Morning Gardener. I'm just running. This is the Morning Gardener. And you can see the ground is turning quite brown after I cut down everything here. And this is chop and drop. What I do is I go over it with the lawnmower and the weed whacker. Cut everything down. Within a few days it starts turning into, you can see these little brown spots. That's just green manure, if you will. Then over here you have my tea, which is a mixture of cow manure and weeds, if you will, or unidentified plants. And it's been natural rainwater and 32-gallon container. It's going to do great. It's going to do great. I do this every year. It's a great fertilizer, and the best part about it is you can do it for pennies. All I paid for was the cow manure, and I like to use black cow because it's a higher percentage of cow manure in the bags as opposed to other bags which just say compost and manure, and they don't tell you where it came from or anything about it. All right, this is the Morning Gardener. A little windy out here today, but I'm going to still do my gardening activities. Stay tuned. Well, folks, you can see the tanks here. This is my water system, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this H2O from the rain barrels into these jugs, and make a little fertilizer like this container here. And so we're filling these up. I'm going to make 3 of them. There you go. 1 part of the fertilizer I make, and the rest of it is just here. This is really good. What's coming out of here is some really cold water from last night. It was cold, so I'm going to have to warm these up before I pour them on any plants. I don't want to shock them. That's water there. Whoop. This is the fertilizer that I made myself, and it does a great thing for plants. I mean, these plants are good looking plants, and the cost was, I would say, more than fair. Tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers. And a few more days, they will be in the ground. Beautiful job.